Ok, dale a ver si te puedes conectar. Se va a demorar un segundito. All right, we are live. Although there's a little bit of an echo. Can you lower that a little bit? Yeah, now I think we should be go down. All right, my beautiful people. Today, we're going to be doing something different. I've been doing the weekend reviews, and we're going to kind of continue with that, but I'm changing the name. We're going to start calling it more the STR News, because I really want to give you guys a little bit more up-to-date information that's coming out of the STR world, right? And in this video, I got some exciting products that I want to talk about and some stuff that's coming in the near future. So without further ado, first of all, let me just give you the breakdown of what we're going to be talking about in this video, right? The first thing that's coming out of Airbnb, and it's not something that just came out, it's something that they did, and they've been doing this in the past, which is, in this particular case, is called hurricanerelief. Now, if you go to airbnb.org, and you are in one of those affected areas in like North Carolina and certain parts of Florida and Georgia, if you need or you have been displaced and need a place to stay, there are hosts who are donating some of their properties for you to stay temporarily. Or if they're like us, we immediately went out and created a hurricane relief code. So as long as it takes, you can stay in our properties, and we're giving up to 25% discounts for those stays. Again, for hurricane relief, Airbnb, if you go to airbnb.org, you're going to see which hosts are participating in this program. If you are in, or if you want to just be from North Carolina, Georgia, or Central Florida, and you were affected by the storm and you want to come to South Florida, then hit me up directly. Again, you'll get a 25% discount for any stay on any of our properties, as long as you are one of those people affected by the recent hurricanes. So that's new with Airbnb. Now, Airbnb also launched their winter release. One of the big things they launched, and if you subscribe to the channel, right, hit that notification bell, because next week I'm going to talk more about this, because it's an interesting concept, and it's for those hosts that want to be part of the co-hosting network. Again, that's part of their winter release. I'm going to talk more about that in next Monday's STR News, but that's also new coming out of Airbnb. Let me go back here for a second. I do see one eyeball. Who's on there, Lorena?
Monica Silva.
That's that. All right, for those of you guys that are watching live, if you're on Instagram or you're on Facebook, we do have a little chat comment area that if you want to ask a question while we're going through, or a question of anything that I just talked about, or anything related to STR or travel, then go ahead and leave that question in the comments below. Lorena will be available to answer those questions, and she can forward them to me if we want to air those questions live. But appreciate you guys being and watching us live, and let's continue. So the next thing that I want to talk about that's new in the STR world is going to be the Minut noise detecting devices. If you're not familiar, there's several devices out there. I'm a big fan of, it's called, depends how you read it, Minut or Minut, whatever. It's MINUT. Those are noise detecting devices. Now, they have recently upgraded that. And now, and this is big and something that I've been wanting and needing for a long time. So now these devices can detect cigarette and marijuana odor and smoke. For me, this is huge, man, because it'll activate the alarm, letting us know that someone on that property is either smoking, either cigars, cigarettes, etc., or they're smoking marijuana. something that I definitely do not want on any of our properties because it does have a lingering effect. And every time that happens, we have to go ahead and take our equipment to the property. And the equipment I'm referring to is an ozone machine to eliminate odor. That machine needs to be in place, depending on how strong the odor is, for at least 8 hours. And then we need another 4 to 6 hours to let the place air out. It's a big pain in the butt, but this device takes care of that. I love it. There is another company, and I don't remember the name of it, but there is another company that's only the smoke detector, not necessarily a combination like Minut has, which is a combination of noise and cigarette smoke detection. Now, the next big technology and device that's come out that I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to actually share my screen because you need to see this. It's, for me, this is a big game changer. This is why we put in the title, game-changing updates for STR hosts, right? We don't have this yet, but we're definitely going to have it for the beginning of the year. But let me share my screen. And let me tell you what this is. Let me make it full screen before you can see this. All right, check this out, people. So if you ever stayed at a Marriott, for example, and when you walk into your room, you'll see that the TV is always on, and you'll see a welcome, right? It says welcome. For example, when I check in, it'll say welcome, Fernando David. I'm a lifetime platinum member with Marriott, so you'll see welcome, Fernando David. Thank you for your loyalty, and it'll give you your status. Now, in the STR world, you can have that same technology for your short-term rental. Now, the company that's launching this is LG. Not a big fan of LG, but I'm a big fan. I think I'm going to be a huge fan of this specific product. But here's how they're selling it. They're pitching it by elevating vacation rental management with seamless integration and smart features. Now, imagine this, right? You have the same thing that these hotels are using in terms of advertising. I'll tell you why this is important too in a second. But imagine walking or having your guests walk into your STR and having their name on the TV screen with their information. Also, the big one is having a smart digital guidebook, which is right here, right? With everything they need to know about that property. Again, I've done plenty of videos about digital guidebooks and how important they are. And I don't think this digital guidebook is not something to replace what you currently have, because I haven't dived into this, but I don't think you're going to be able to monetize these digital guidebooks like we monetize ours, right? So people can do upgrades, they can book additional vacations, flights. They can do all that on my digital guidebook. But this digital guidebook, I don't know if you're going to be able to do upsells on them, but according to their promotion here, you're going to be able to, and here's how it looks, right? Look how cool that this is, right? Enjoy your stay. Now, the difference is it'll have their name here, enjoy your stay, and then they're going to have the ability to click on, and look, you can, like mentions here, you can personalize the welcome message, which I really like. And then here's, well, let me go back to the digital guidebook before we go there. So on the digital guidebook, on the TV itself, they're going to be able to see how to operate, let's say, the washing machine, how to operate or locate and use the Wi-Fi, how to operate any machinery you have in your property. You can give them all your local recommendations. It can all be done on the TV. Again, especially for us, we're not going to substitute our current digital guidebook for this. This is just an add-on for our properties. It's a very cool feature that I like. And more importantly, for the marketing aspect of it, right? Number one, very few short-term rental operators currently have this because this is a new technology that's coming out. Two, once you have the equipment and you put it in your properties, you can control it in one central place. So all your properties are going to have the information that you want and that you can control in one specific area. And that is huge, people, for brand awareness, right? When people walk into your property, and if you're not doing this, you should, right? You should have your brand all over the property. You know, we have it on our covers for our beds. It has our PMI logo. Everything that we put in terms of pictures, we put our PMI logo, right? You should be branding, but this is just an additional brand image recognition that you can put on your TV screen for your guests when they come in. Now, let's go on and talk about, in terms of this, is this additional access for enhanced guest experience. Now, this, you know, what this technology allows the guests to have the ability to check into their Netflix, their YouTube channel, their Amazon, without worrying that there's going to be it's going to be left there, first of all, because once the guest checks out, it automatically scrapes that information. But it adds that extra security for them when they want to do that, right? And I think this is huge. I can't tell you how many times we had a guest check in, a guest check out, only to notify us like an hour or two later, asking us to go back inside and delete or erase their login to their Netflix or to the HBO Plus or whatever platform they're using on our smart TVs. Can't tell you how many times we get a call saying, hey, we forgot to log out. Can you log us out, right? With this system, that's not going to be necessary because it's going to automatically log them off once the reservation is over. I love this feature of this new technology. I think this is definitely going to be a game changer. Again, we're going to be implementing this in the beginning of the year. You know, because of our portfolio being so large, we may not finish with this implementation until probably, I'm hoping that we can finish it by spring. Because again, we have to get the TVs and all that installed. That's not an easy process for us. But we'll keep you posted on that. If anyone is currently using this technology, do me a favor, man. Comment below. Tell me how it's working out. Do you like it or you don't like it? So next on my list that I want to talk about, let's see, is going to be the current events. So let me tell you what's coming up in terms of events. I know in November, there's a lot of networking events that are coming up. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Actually, while I'm looking for this, let me I'm going to show you a quick promo video. Those of you that follow the channel, those of you that are loyal subscribers and are on my Instagram, you know this past month in October, I spent a lot of time in Amsterdam, and I'm pushing Amsterdam, especially now for the holiday season. In Amsterdam, there's a Central Park, and I forget the name of their Central Park is escaping me right now, but it's where the Van Gogh Museum is. Right now, they're bringing back their Christmas time ice skating rink, so you can skate there. And during the Christmas time, they really do. They light up the city. It's really nice. So we're pushing travel there, but I want to give you, and let me share my screen again. Let me stop sharing this. I want you to see this quick promo video that I think you'll really enjoy. Of Amsterdam.
The capital of the Netherlands and a lively hub of culture and business, Amsterdam is truly an incredible world city, a place where history and modernity meet through its cobblestone streets and vibrant canals. Your journey can begin at Amsterdam's Central Station, an ornate 19th century transportation hub that sets the stage for any adventure. The city is known for its timeless architecture, highlighted by this station. In fact, the entirety of Amsterdam's transportation system is an attraction in its own right. Amsterdam's network of canals is more extensive than that of Venice, with around 160 canals in total, meandering between about 90 islands and 1,700 bridges, allowing you to explore much of the area by water. The city features 16 tram routes, and cycling is practically a way of life here, all combining to make navigating Amsterdam an easy and enjoyable endeavor. Discover Damrak Street, the city's vibrant central artery, replete with a selection of shops and eateries. Close by, the majestic Royal Palace and bustling Dam Square stand as landmarks of Dutch heritage. For a look at other breathtaking sights of Amsterdam, visit the Oude Kerk Church, with over 800 years of history, and the Museum Quarter, home to the works of Vincent van Gogh, among other masterpieces. For nature lovers, the Vondelpark offers a tranquil escape, while the flower market dazzles with colors and aromas, showcasing the Netherlands' floral legacy, particularly the iconic tulip. Your enticing Amsterdam vacation awaits. Contact your travel
All right, guys. I can't tell you what a great time I had in Amsterdam. It is a beautiful city. Highly recommend it. Let me know if you guys are interested. Just DM me the word Amsterdam, and we can have a discussion. Again, I'm pushing holiday travel because I really want people to explore the world, especially for those of you that are in South Florida, those of you that are in areas where you don't really feel like the holiday season oftentimes because we don't have the change of weather. We don't have the change. So sometimes those that are from up north that moved down south, sometimes they miss that. I never really missed the cold, but I can tell you that I love especially the Christmas season. I love the lights. I like it anyways. Visit other countries. You won't be disappointed. Let me know if you're interested. So let me get back to the last thing I want to talk about before I switch it over to Lorena, who's going to be talking about some updates on Instagram. But the last thing I want to talk about is in terms of the news is that in November, there's a couple of summits that people should consider visiting if you're in the short-term rental industry. Number one is going to be the Summit of 2024, which is November 5th. It starts November 5th, and it's in the UK, in London. The next one is going to be November 6th and 7th, and that's the Scale Rental Show, also in the UK. The next will be in November 18th to the 21st in Oklahoma City. Now, this is the Outdoor Hospitality Conference and Expo. I am going to make a strong effort to go to this one, although my November is super, super packed. But in terms of my schedule, like I am booked all the way up to the beginning of the year, but I will probably try to make that. Now, the last thing about the news that we're going to talk about, it's some new trends, and Lorena is going to be talking about that from Instagram. Okay.
Okay. So I know you are posting reels every week, and you can see your performance. So this is Instagram sent us, like tips and everything. So we are going to share with you. So if you want to have more engagement in your reels, take note and follow this advice. So performance A/B test for your reels. What is A/B test? A/B test is different kind of reels, different kind of like videos and everything, and then you need to analyze them, analyze the engagement and everything. So the first tip is post a professional content with really good editing, with really good microphone, a video, everything, and then post a raw content, like a really fast kind of video, recording yourself with a selfie mode and everything like that, so you can compare which one is better. Second one is a product focus versus creative focus. What do I mean? I mean it's like create videos for your product or your services. For example, if you have a property for short-term rental business, so post videos and photos just for the properties, and then create videos when you show up, when you are in the property, when you are, I don't know, like drinking wine, coffee in the kitchen, so you can see which one is better for the performance. The third one is short duration and long duration. I mean, normally we post reels that is maximum like 60 minutes, 60 seconds, but then you need to perform a little bit longer, like 1 minute and a half or 2 minutes. So you can see these videos are better for which, like which platform. For example, for YouTube, you can post a podcast, medium form, and you can see what is the difference. And the fourth tip for you today is have live videos like this, like have a podcast when you go live, and then post videos. You can edit a podcast and like publish in YouTube and Facebook, and you can see which one videos have more like views. But if you don't measure your efforts, I mean, if you don't have analyzed your content, if you don't see the metrics or understand your audience preference, you are not going to do anything. So when you post, always analyze your metrics, and this is going to help.
All right, let me go back. All right, guys, now I want to go into last week's performance. Let me share my screen with that. This is going to be the major or analytics for this last week. I'm sorry, this is this week coming up. Let me go last week. So let me share my screen on this. All right, it's still loading, so give me a second for this to load. So here we go. So last week, we brought in $31,630. We had 240 nights booked. Our occupancy rated at 65. And as I mentioned before in other videos, September, October, and part of November is the low season. But the middle of November all the way up to probably April is where we're going to be making the most of our money, right? And as you can see here, if you look at the percentage for this last week compared to the week prior, we had a 8.4% increase in bookings. We had a 10% increase in our occupancy rate. We had a 12% increase. Our average daily rate actually dropped 2%, but our RevPAR increased by 9.8%. So in revenues per platform, as you can see, Airbnb brought in almost 14,000. Booking came in at 7,000. We came in at 6,000. Marriott is at 2,000, and then all others are at 2.5. RevPAR is at 193 for Oakland Park. Miami's 200. This is Dania is 174. all others 84, and then Fort Lauderdale's 177. In terms of staffing updates, don't have anything to report in terms of staffing updates. In terms of projects, man, we have way too many projects going on. Again, if you follow the weekend reviews, you know that we're still struggling and trying to clean up everything from those storms that happened, trying to get our properties back up in order. We're also working, like we just mentioned, on this new LG program that they have for STRs. We're really looking into that. The other thing is in terms of our podcast, right? We're starting to expand it a little bit more, bringing on some more guests that we firmly believe you're going to get some value from. We're one of the next podcast to air. I really recommend you guys watch it because it's from an interesting person. His name is Benjamin. He is the caretaker of Smithmore Castle, which is a unique, and I forget how he categorizes, because it's not a hotel, it's not a bed and breakfast, it's an actual castle that they rent out. So it's a very unique experience, and we're going to be talking about what their experience was during the hurricane, because again, North Carolina experienced something that I don't think they ever have experienced. And when I look back at and reflected on that podcast, man, super inspired by the work that they're currently doing. Highly recommend you watch that. Is there anything else we have, Morena?
Say hello to all of, I don't know, there are a lot of people here.
Hi, guys. Again, I greatly appreciate you guys hopping on. Those that are watching, I love you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.